Hey guys, it's FiendFrenzy91, and I'm just here to talk about multiplayer in general, but mostly always online. That's why I'm playing Old Republic. It's an always online game. Anyway, I'm actually here to talk about mostly another EA game called Titanfall. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but one thing about Titanfall which I noticed is that, well, obviously, it's only multiplayer, right? There's no single player, and the story, in a sense, is told through the multiplayer. Okay? But there's just one thing about that I'm really asking. Do you think this will be like a big trend for the next generation? A bunch of games that, just think of any major multiplayer game. And by that, I mean any game that really gets its money from multiplayer, not single player. People don't buy it for the single player. People buy it for the multiplayer. Call of Duty, Battlefield. Not much else actually, because Gears of War and them are still good single player games, but just think of any game that you only buy for multiplayer. And think of, would you like that same game if it just had the multiplayer with like no story really, other than just like maybe how like Titanfall does it where they kind of tell the story through multiplayer? I'm just asking because I'm realizing that, think of this, game developers are always saying like games are dead expensive now, it's hard to make a good game because you got to spend all this money. So think of this. If you only make multiplayer, do you know how much money goes into single player version of these games? Even Call of Duty, and a large amount of money goes into single player of these games. Voice acting, the animations, the story, the writing, everything has to be paid. So if games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, games like that don't rely on story like at all almost, even though I did enjoy Call of Duty's story, if games like that just came out with multiplayer, would you guys be happy? Would you guys be just great with games like that coming out just for multiplayer only? Because that's basically what we only play on it. With Battlefield 4, who really plays? Yes, we play through the single player, but that's like, what, 6 hours? Then you jump to multiplayer for the other 200? Just saying. Do you think that single player adds anything to those games? Because I do. I personally do think single player. Without single player, I'm not even sure if I'd buy those games. See, Titanfall, the thing that Titanfall's success has shown that a game like that doesn't have to have a single player aspect to it to be successful. Because Titanfall is right now causing the Xbox One to sell like really. The Xbox One jumped straight from like 49,000 sales a week to like 100 and some thousand sales a week. So Titanfall is being a huge success. And do you think that other developers will make multiplayer only games that were formerly single player and make them to multiplayer only? It's just because like not only are they going to be like saving a lot of money, not having to pay for all those voice actors and stuff like that, even though you do have voice actors on multiplayer, but not have to pay for so much. They will also be it's very popular right now. Titanfall is really selling well. So do you guys really think do you guys think that developers are going to follow Titanfall and be like, let's make these games without single player involved? Or do you think they're going to be like, single player is still good, it still adds something to the game? Because that's what I believe. Single player still adds something to the game, but if it's going to be all multiplayer, I prefer it to be like an MMO. And by that I mean like how the story is told through the multiplayer in like Old Republic or Elder Scrolls, though I've heard Elder Scrolls hasn't done it as well. Like you have to, like, everybody would still have to talk to the person to get the reward. But like I said, I don't know. I'm asking you guys. Do you guys think that the games are gonna go to like just multiplayer and that just to save money and to gain more money, or do you think that a lot of those games that rely heavily on multiplayer will still have a single player component? And do you think they should? Do you think, or would you be fine with like Call of Duty being released without any single player component, or Battlefield being released without any single player component? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. God bless.